Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Fake Blood Podcast. So, in this podcast, if you're tuning in on YouTube or Spotify, we do this live on Facebook. So, we are going to be taking some questions from our viewers and things like that. So, just be aware of that. And today, episode 3.
Episode 3,
It's going to be a treasure. It's going to be a massive delight. Terminator Dawn of Fate is what we're going to be reviewing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Fuck, dude. I am just up to my fucking nipples and disappointment with this one.
When they announced that James Cameron was going to be returning as a producer to the series, I was expecting that old school Terminator feeling, and for the first 5 minutes, you get it. Absolutely. Hi, welcome in.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, the first 2 minutes of honestly, before we even get into the review, okay, just there's a you could really just go see it and leave after the first 2 minutes. I think
if you are
you wanted to save yourself the torture of it.
Absolutely. If you are a seasoned Terminator fan, I would go as far as to say that is, yeah. If you grew up watching Terminator like we did, the first 5 minutes, the first 2 minutes of this movie is all you need for the lore, and I think that after that you can
turn it the fuck off.
Yeah, you can
leave.
Absolutely.
And it was pretty cool. Okay, so there are going to be some light spoilers in this particular episode of Fake Blood, which we don't normally do, but you know what? We got to bend the rules. This is episode 3. We're still kind of, we're loose with it. So,
we're staying loose with it, and also with something like Terminator, I feel like it's very hard to discuss anything with Terminator
without giving it away.
Without giving away some sort of spoilers, absolutely.
Yeah, it does. It is disappointing. So let's just get into it. So it starts off pretty fucking strong. All right, those first 2 minutes that you get is I say loose spoilers. Oh my god!
So
okay,
there's a video from Terminator 2 of Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor.
Very cool. Very gritty, too.
Very, very gritty. And it's so much so that that is, it really is like the perfect opening to the movie. Because when that starts the movie, I immediately had this idea that it was going to be, it was going to have that kind of Terminator 2, that James Cameron technology-based kind of style to it, but it felt very new. Tim Miller, known for doing the first Deadpool movie, it had that grit to it. Just for those first 2 minutes, you feel like you're watching something new, but it's still within that
pretty
Terminator.
Fucking rad. Also.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
So,
that's about it.
and as you said, the Tim Miller is great. I mean, that first Deadpool is outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we got that going for us. I mean, you're gonna enjoy that part at least. But I'm telling you that those first 2 minutes. Anyway, after that goes, it has all the right materials in it, like the components to make a solid film, because James Cameron came back as a writer and a producer.
Yep.
But you know what? At the end of it, I read that that Cameron and Miller did not agree on one fucking thing during this. So there was like a massive tug of war, and the entire time you're watching the film, you can fucking feel it. Like,
and how many? You were mentioning this the other day. How many producers and writers ultimately were on this project? Are
you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to tell everyone. There were ultimately 10 writers. 10.
Okay, all right.
All right, 10 writers and 8 producers. 8.
So at that
8,
point...
Bob? 8. I got 8 different bosses, Bob. They had a fucking Office Space deal going on over there.
Yeah, exactly. And at that point, what stylistic direction is even being gone for? You have essentially 18 different scripts.
Yeah.
At that point.
And Tim Miller just sitting in his fucking poor chair by his poor self.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna start ripping into this film. Okay, so you're going to see a Terminator movie, and by the way, there is a massive, I would say, social presence in it also, because it does take place in Mexico, and there's a lot of that happening. There's one particular part.
A female protagonist as well, which
is
typical.
Which is fine. That's okay.
Fine and typical for Terminator, so that's not even a strange thing. But I would say that with the addition of another female Terminator, an upgraded one as well, it definitely goes into that territory, another social territory as well.
It does. By the way, guys, feel free to ask any questions about the Terminator. We will answer, no problem.
Yep.
So there's Yes, that's a little the Latina lady.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. She was cute.
Okay, so and by the way, so you find out Skynet's not a thing anymore.
No.
All right.
No, yeah.
I'm dropping it right there.
Okay, here we
that
go.
never
yeah.
happened. So they talk about that. Sarah Connor brings up about the Judgment Day in 2029.
Of course,
and then she says, and also that never happened. I stopped it.
Dun, dun, dun.
And but still, they're sending in a fucking. And there's a whole new AI called Legion that sends in a. That's who the new Skynet is for whatever reason.
There's a new Skynet called Legion because we needed one.
They needed one for whatever reason, and it was really unnecessary and fucking stupid.
Entirely unnecessary. And by the way, even if they wanted to go the and we were mentioning this, and we are going to possibly do a future episode on Blade Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner's going to be very soon.
If they wanted to do the 2049 type of thing and do the upgraded biological engineering angle, which is something they definitely do in this movie, I did not see the reason at all for this new company Legion to exist. To do that,
like it's really pointless.
Yeah, it's entirely pointless. Yeah.
Again, with the review and how bad this is, Arnold is in it. He reprises his role as the T-800, but he's also. I have to just say. So,
what do they call him, by the way, Tyler, in this film?
Carl.
Carl.
His name is Carl.
Like some guy who's working at a fucking fast food restaurant or something. Carl.
I keep getting derailed because there's so many fucking things I need to say about
I'm sorry.
Film.
There is literally so many talking points.
It's so fucking bad. I just can't believe how bad it is. And anyway, with the whole Legion thing. And also, did you like the Rev 9? Did you think that he looked cool? Like, did you think he was neat?
I thought that he was possibly one of the cheapest looking Terminators.
Really? He did look flimsy.
Yeah.
I thought he was kind of flimsy looking.
He looked flimsy, he looked cheap, and then also, and this is something that I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to bring up the cinematography, and I'm not necessarily going to do that right now, maybe I'll do that in a few minutes, but between the different Terminator movies, because I think the cinematography in this Terminator franchise is one of the strongest points. But just like the cinematography is very, very strong in the first two films and in Salvation as well. Also, the visual style of the Terminator itself, very weak in this film.
Yeah.
Very weak.
Well, which one?
How about all of them? Yeah, the Rev 9 I thought was not well done as far as a visual.
It's something they definitely hid well in the marketing was how it doesn't have a top of the head. The skull is incomplete. Did you notice that? I don't know how you couldn't notice it, but
and why?
It looks. How can I put this? Imagine a skull, okay, and it just doesn't have a top or a middle, and it's kind of like just a mask. And they've hit it very well in the trailers because it was obviously a concept risk, big time, and it looks fucking stupid like everything else in this movie. So it's
concept risk could have been the subtitle of this film. Terminator concept risk.
That's totally honestly, what it was.
Yeah.
Shot in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So again, I have to tell you guys. All right. So here's the fucking spoiler. Whatever. We're breaking the rules today. Yeah, I need to talk about it. Terminator is my favorite thing. I have to. We have to talk about it.
Definitely.
In the first 2 minutes of the film. They do a de-aging on Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor. They're sitting there at a bar. It's her and Edward Furlong, which that looked great.
Edward Furlong de-aging was wonderful.
Was kind of eerie.
It was, yeah.
I was like, what? Like,
it was incredible, and that's also part of that wonderful beginning as well.
Yeah. So okay, and then until right,
yeah.
And then it's another T-800. Young Arnold shows up and fucking blows away little John Connor, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And
there you go.
It's kind of badass, and and then he just walks the fuck away. Doesn't even kill Sarah. That's it. John's dead.
Exactly. And it is a cap off to Skynet lore that you both waited for and probably hoped wasn't gonna happen for this entire fucking series.
And it was kind of cool because it was like the bad guys won.
Yeah. It was very dark, and it was all what's gonna happen now. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's okay. It's all right.
Oh, sorry about that. There are spoilers on this Terminator review. Apologies.
There's spoilers.
I think there's some people that weren't clear about that. I'm sorry about that.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. So there's with that happening, that kind of sets the tone for it, and then it gets kind of fucking. It just goes downhill from there, and then and that's when she states that she had that never happened. The Terminators. That never happened. And in 2029, Judgment Day, it never happened. August 29th, 1997, right, is Judgment Day. That future never happened. But later on in the film, the reason Sarah Connor's like a Terminator hunter, and she gets this is serious, all right? She gets text messages from an unknown number that give her coordinates of where these time bubbles are going to be. All right?
I'm not going to lie. So I saw this movie a couple of weeks ago, and I legitimately forgot about that plot point. And holy shit, that plot point. The text messages. Yeah. This is Terminator, and we are dealing with plot points that are driven by text messages.
Yes, from unknown numbers. Yeah. So that being said, the numbers that she's... that she's receiving. It is from the said Terminator that killed her son. And
Arnold, who's played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Who's still Arnold, and he reprises that role. But when she goes and finds, because they trace the fucking number back, the female Terminator plays. I haven't even gotten to her, Mackenzie.
No, Mackenzie Davis. She's in
we're gonna
Tully and the aforementioned Blade Runner 2049
right.
as well. Yeah.
But they find out where he is. They go to him. And he's apparently raised a family, and he hangs drapes. But all this happened by him figuring out how he felt bad for killing John Connor, all on his own esteem. Do you remember in T2 how that it took all that work to get him to understand anything?
Anything, and also how this is James Cameron's Terminator franchise. Where it's all about unthinking, unfeeling machines versus the more emotionally developed human race. Mm-hmm. And he goes by Carl now.
Yeah, his name's Carl.
By the way, his name is Carl, and he feels bad about killing John Connor. That's
Carl the Terminator feels bad.
Feels bad about killing.
It's like a children's book.
Yeah,
if you took Terminator, made it a children's book, that's what it would probably be called.
And then at the end, he feels bad.
And at the end, he feels bad, like we all do.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, man. So.
It does have a weird, Grinch Who Stole Christmas kind of thing to it, where it's all and now he's okay.
now he's all right.
Yeah.
He's come back. He's seen the light.
Yeah.
So, guys, just again, spoilers for Terminator. All right. Anyway, there's that Grinch man. That killed me just now. The Grinch who stole Skynet.
The Grinch who stole Skynet. Absolutely. Yeah. That's a good one.
So what killed me about it is that future never happened. All right? Mm-hmm. It never happened. And how the fuck does, first of all, a Skynet machine, all right? Let's get into nerd time here. And just logistics of the film and massive plot holes.
If we're going to get into the Terminator logistics, no, this movie does not.
Yeah. It's
at all, yeah.
And if Legion's the bad, how the fuck does he know anything about Legion?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I thought this was literally an alternate timeline altogether.
And he's getting, push notifications from Legion whenever they're sending a fucking Terminator back.
He has the Legion app.
The Legion app. Yeah. He's like, oh, Sarah, here's another one coming for you. Go to it. That's what it is, and he's not supposed to even fucking exist. And what kind of Legion Terminators was she killing? Because she says that she's killed a few,
and those are not being sent by Skynet.
And
she clearly knows nothing about Legion up to this point. So
and
what is she hunting down?
Think, maybe these aren't there's not a Legion stamp. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you. So. Dude, that was just insane to me. That the phone thing, and it was the derivative. That was huge. That was kind of an apex point.
What I was gonna say, it was quite literally from a writing from the standpoint of someone who enjoys writing. I have to say that was a meant to be a pivotal moment in the film when you find out about these fucking text messages.
Yeah.
It's meant to be the pivotal moment of the script.
Terminator text message. Should have been
message.
The title of the
yes.
film.
The movie already has 2 alternate titles.
Oh, 2.
This review.
We already got 2.
I love it.
And I think they're better because I think the title sucks also.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
So that's that. But when it comes to the cast, what about the acting? How'd you feel about the acting? It's a Terminator film, but...
It's a Terminator film. The returning actors did a great job. You got Lyndon Hamilton, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger. And although there are some questionable character choices on behalf of the script, I thought the actors themselves did wonderful, reprising their roles. Mackenzie Davis, I have no problem with. She's definitely...
I like her too.
Yeah.
I really do.
She's in a lot of modern stuff. She's definitely a very good actress. I'm waiting for that moment where she shines, though, because in this, just like in, I'd say, everything she's been cast in so far in her career. It basically is, hey, you're the badass chick, and then it's all like, cool, so, and then, she starts to do something with the material, and they're like, no, just be the badass chick. Yeah.
There's a part in Dawn of Fate where they do a flashback. You remember the flashback? So there's a flashback in Dawn of Fate.
There's quite a few flashbacks.
On how this little, the new girl, the new John Connor is the little Latina lady now.
Yes, yeah.
And how she saved me. And then it goes back to them fucking, like, her about... Okay, so it goes back into the future. It's a flashback, flash forward, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's about to get robbed, or mugged by those people. And you're not supposed to know it's Grace yet. Grace is the character in the film. And then the little girl shows up, and then she beats the shit out of all the other people. And then when she takes the hood off and it's Grace, she has the same fucking haircut when she's, like, 10... that she does when the movie's taking place. So when she pulled that hoodie over, I was like, she's just gonna keep that style rocking.
It's like
the
when you see
baby.
the Little Rascals and you see their parents, and they have the same exact
it's
look.
so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't just give her blonde hair, we would figure out that it's her.
We knew it was Grace. We don't need like the exact fucking haircut.
And it's a bad wig. It's
is.
way poofy on this poor little girl's face with the the dirt blotches. Like, oh my god, it's so hard out
to
here.
show that she's in a post-apocalyptic. Yeah.
And did you see those guns they were using in the future? They were like massive fucking like doom weapons.
Yeah, exactly, but pretty unwieldy. That's another thing. If we're gonna go for like, I think Mad Max, especially Fury Road, is like the gold standard if we're talking about like post-apocalyptic action futures.
Right.
And if you look at the weapons used in that, it's like flamethrowers made in someone's garage. It's not like these big cyber weapons that are being,
burning through fucking Rev 9s.
Yeah, Rev 9s, yeah.
And the Rev 9 can clone itself, turn into all this shit, and the Rev 9's portrayed by Gabriel Luna. I honestly kind of liked his portrayal, and for a couple very specific reasons, and it's only because he has that T-1000 vibe, okay?
Okay, yes. But oh my god, yes.
He talked a lot, and he changed accents, which was cool. And we know the T-1000 could mimic voices from T2, but he talked kind of. I really had no issue actually. Now I think about it.
I'll say this
because I think he blended in more. Because the T-1000 made him creepy. He was so like deliberate and kind of off.
Yeah, you could tell there was something otherworldly about his, about just, that weird drive.
He was creepy.
It was very scary.
And in this one, he just blends right the fuck in, which would make sense as an upgrade.
Absolutely, yes. To not stick out so much, to be part, I guess, evolve into the scene. I thought his performance as the character was wonderful as the Rev 9. I think the visual representation of the character. I don't know if that was Tim Miller or I'm sure it was part of his creative team's decision. The visual representation of the character I did not care for.
Yeah. He looked wacky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he wasn't even stringy. He looked just like, I don't know, like he was missing something. I don't know. It was
missing pieces or something. It was a very strange design for the character.
Yeah. And again, that skull thing.
Oh, yeah.
Totally fucking threw me off. I thought it was hurt when in the film, when you first see it all, when he comes out of the fire, I'm like, oh, he's missing part of his fucking head.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, he's supposed to be missing part of his fucking head.
So this is a quick thing, and this is going to veer as we continue on with the review, this is going to veer a little bit deeper into Terminator territory with some of the other films. But as far as the visual style, not just of the characters, but the visual style of the film stacked up against other Terminators, even some of the other recent Terminators that are no longer canon, what did you think in terms of the visual style?
It wasn't nearly dark enough. For me,
100%.
It is kind of sun-soaked for a Terminator film.
Yes.
But you know what? I thought it looked good. Like the visuals looked pretty decent. They really did.
I agree.
There of course were some parts where I was like, oh my god! Like when he gets on the car, anytime you see fabric and like a fight scene, it just looks fucking fake to me.
It looks very fake because they try to CGI it, which fabric I feel
it
like
almost moves too much or something, But
it's
that's about my only hang up with it. I mean, visually, I think it was fine, but all right, when it comes to my Puritan nature in Terminator,
yes,
I hate the changes they made to the T-800 in that beginning scene. They're coming, you see one. And they just make those weird, off-putting changes that just aren't the original Stan Winston, like model. It
looks like a toy. It honestly looks like an action
figure. Or like a Lego version of it.
Yeah, because it was an action figure to appeal to 12-year-olds, and may I remind them, this is still an R-rated film. Like for all its faults, it's still a very violent Terminator movie.
You get plenty of violence in it. You do have a lot of that.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, there's definitely plenty of violence.
I love the violence, though. I have to say that's always going to be a highlight of Terminator. There's a mix between that sensationalist sci-fi violence and the realistic kind of like fighting and even like weapon usage. And I think that Terminator's always hit that sweet spot. Right in the middle, and this is no exception in terms of the action.
The fighting was pretty cool for sure. And that's probably its only redeeming quality to me.
Absolutely.
Except that there's a scene with a plane, and it's bad.
it's as unnecessary as Legion's existence in the film. Oh my god!
Really, 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 really unnecessary.
This movie could have been cut by about 15 minutes and had Legion as an entity just readapted it back into Skynet. And that would have fixed, I feel like, a good 60% of some of the issues with the film, honestly.
And I'm sitting there at that point, man, and I'm like, okay, are they going to bring back Skynet? Are they going to erase this and make it Skynet?
Because is Legion just going to be this like red herring or something? Yeah.
Then this new chick that's taking John Connor's role, it's stupid. It's completely undeveloped, by the way. Stupid.
Completely underdeveloped, by the way. And this is something I want to get into this because I'm going to say this. There's something about the character that's so underwhelming, and it's not at all that she's a woman. And the reason I say that is this:
definitely not that.
Not at all, because you have two incredibly badass female protagonists alongside her that you're just rooting for the whole damn movie.
Yeah,
and then you get to her, and you're like, oh, she's the new John Connor. Because when John Connor was around, I was fucking impressed by shit that was happening.
Yeah.
And when she's around, I'm watching other chicks save her. Like she's almost goes for the. I hate to say it. She's supposed to be the new John Connor, and she totally takes this like traditional, almost damsel in distress role to watch other badass chicks save her.
Yeah, because they needed to. They kind of needed to have the Sarah Connor and Gracie Terminator thing happening. And by the way,
it's a little odd.
The Lady Terminator is what we'll call. She's augmented. No. She's not a Terminator.
She's actually not a Terminator. She's an augmented human being.
Augmented human being.
Yeah, who has I gotta let you go ahead and tackle this one. I gotta let you go ahead and tackle this one.
The future augmented soldier lady is a diabetic, an aggressive one, and that's sort of her. She says her metabolism was. I don't know why I started talking like this, but the metabolism was.
Because you're trying to capture some glory of some of the better Terminators.
I'm in need of something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I need to latch on to something. So, it's Yeah, so she has to take these insulin shots. I guess her metabolism is only for X amount of time, and it's
like a battery almost.
Yeah, like she runs out, but then she like totally fucking does. It's not she can't fight. She like faints.
Yeah,
and they like can't move. Like she'll just lay there and die if she doesn't like do it.
It literally like shuts her system down.
Why would you send back that thing? Like
it's a very inefficient system. I get that there's probably some imperfections that Legion has encountered with these advanced human beings and things, don't get me wrong. But, and I can always appreciate, like, a Gattaca moment where it's like everything is advanced, but it still has faults. You know, I get that. Yeah. But at the same time,
dare you.
Yeah, I know, where the fuck did Gattaca come into this?
Haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah, but I still thought it was just so strange to have an advanced human being, especially one that's supposed to exist as a modern adaptation of a Terminator, and then have them have this glaring fucking imperfection that like disables them.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, is this like a... She's diabetic. Like, they gotta get this girl some help.
They literally have to break into a pharmacy at one point. You know that movie Drugstore Cowboy that has like what's his name? Man, he's in 90210. Anyway, there's a film by Gus Van Sant in the late 80s, Drugstore Cowboy, where they break into pharmacies, and it's like a mumblecore indie movie. But literally, there is a Drugstore Cowboy moment in mumblecore.
What the fuck is mumblecore?
Mumblecore. Okay, so mumblecore is literally just like shoestring budget indie movies. So literally, just like nothing fucking.
Because it sounds fucking heavy. Dude.
Okay, it's not. I wish it was so much more. Yeah, it sounds like it has like a grind element to it. No, it's there's like double kick going on while people like whisper to each other.
Dude.
Yeah, no, it's but no, it had that element of like a weird indie drama in the Terminator franchise for like 5 minutes. They had to bust into this pharmacy, and I was like, am I watching a fucking Sundance film?
Someone fucking helped them too, and I don't know.
It's weird. No, that was a very odd moment. I felt like I was watching like a weird indie film, like a low budget indie film, but it was for like 5 minutes in a Terminator movie, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Where did that come from? Like it was very
weird.
It felt very odd.
Like most of the film, it feels kind of misplaced. So
absolutely.
Back to that female element in the film. I felt totally like I didn't feel bludgeoned by any kind of like feminist thing.
No, not at all.
And I thought the majority female cast. It really is like an all-female cast. Like it's those three kind of walking around, and I thought that was fine. Like if it was great,
because even Carl is like an accessory to it. Absolutely. This reminded me very similar of another movie that came out earlier last year. Could be wrong about that. I want to say it was early 2018. This reminded me very similar of a film called The sci-fi had Natalie Portman more.
Annihilation.
I was gonna say Armageddon, and I was like, no, that's
the Netflix one, right?
Yeah. Okay, so Annihilation reminded me very similar of that in terms of the all-female cast, and at no point does it feel like there's a statement being made because it's all women. It just feels very natural. It feels like
that's a great thing.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's
And they were taking care of themselves. It was badass. Yeah. And well put. I like that.
Yeah, it felt very unnatural.
That felt good, the way you said that.
Thank you.
That was good. That was a feel-good moment.
Thank you.
Oh, I love that. But that's about the only thing that felt good about this film.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think that was it. And again, being that Puritan fan that I fucking am, dude, I cannot stand when they change anything about the T-800. It's perfect the way it is. And
why do they need to? Why do they ever need to?
I just don't get it.
I don't understand the need
for it. It's so ridiculous to do that. It's like it has this perfection to it. And we were talking about slashers in our last episode, and I brought up the Terminator being that, and that's the original film, not so much the character, even though the character is the thing that made it a slasher. And I get the evolution of it, but this fucking like goddamn vivisected, just nutless rendition of the Terminator. I'm gonna say it again. it felt bad.
It felt bad. And also another thing is, you're right in the sense the evolution of the character. I have nothing wrong with it.
And it didn't give him justice for, like, even if it didn't water the earth and end up feeling bad.
Yeah.
It's also married. We forgot to bring that up. Not married, but it's like the guardian to this family.
Yeah, he has a family and everything.
To a woman.
He is adapted to human life, like, very, like, entirely.
And it's to a woman that had, like, an abusive ex, and he, like, totally moved in and was, like, stepped out of the year.
He's literally
Mateo,
become,
my
like...
son.
What's up?
Mateo, my son.
Mateo.
My son
Oh, by
Mateo.
the way, Carl is like the least toxically masculine like character ever in a film, and he's the fucking Terminator.
So it kept up
yeah.
with the times. You're not going to get any toxic masculinity out of this film.
Yeah.
Nothing. Not even from a Terminator.
Not even from Terminator.
It's not happening.
Yeah, no. Very progressive, yeah.
So, if you're going, just to wrap this up, the cast did great. Mackenzie Davis did fine.
Did good,
The
yeah.
idea was even cool.
Yeah.
If she just wasn't fucking diabetic.
The whole diabetic thing was,
that was
weird.
stupid. If she had, like, another weakness, you know? But, we gave away already too much with the spoilers. I don't want to even tell you how it ends. Just
now
you know
you
everything
already
you know.
more than half of what you need to know.
And it's, I mean, if you're a big, the only people that are gonna go see this, I think, are Terminator. I don't know, that's not true, but, like, Terminator fans, man. And I was really heartbroken seeing this, and I was very excited that James Cameron was coming back. But reading all this stuff now about how he didn't agree with anything that Tim Miller was doing, and there was fucking 10 writers. Like, I'm not
at that point.
It makes sense now that it's so.
Yeah, at that point,
off.
Tim Miller's vision is gone, and James Cameron's vision is gone. You don't really have, and even David S. Goyer, who wrote The Dark Knight and several
He's
other
involved
films.
too.
He's involved too, and even his, what contribution really could he have salvaged with this? I don't see it. It
has no soul, and it's a real fucking shame. And we're probably not going to get a Terminator film for a very long time. Even though I have the best idea for one, I do. I'm not even going to say it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
In fear someone will listen to it and steal it.
Yeah, exactly.
Swear to God.
So
100%, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I got it.
Only because I feel like that it's it's like ripe for the taking, you know what I mean? And
it's almost like...
all you need is someone from a studio to hear it.
They just Sparta kicked this franchise
Yeah.
into the fucking just... I don't know, the proverbial well, I guess. But it's... I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. But... we didn't get any questions. Wow, that's a first. No one asked us a single thing about this film.
I think it's
totally
because
okay.
It's still pretty fresh for a lot of people.
Yeah, be fresh, y'all. Be fresh. Yeah, so let me get this back here real quick. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know what like I don't know where they went wrong. It's really heartbreaking. But
Too many cooks spoiling the pot.
Yeah, too many chiefs.
Oh yeah.
That's the old thing they used to say.
Too many chiefs.
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
Yep.
And that's totally how it feels. It's sporadic, it's stupid, and it's really gonna punch you in the fucking nuts when you see Arnold on the fucking screen. It's gonna rip your damn heart out. Oh man. No pun intended. Because that's when you see him for the first time in T1.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. None of that. This nutless fucking version. I'm getting pissed. I'm getting mad.
No, I don't blame you. No,
starting to spit.
I'm getting even more angry than I was before.
Yeah,
because
man.
I feel
it's
like
just
now
such a fucking bummer.
I feel more cheated.
And a needless one. It's a really needless bummer.
I would have waited 2 more years, maybe even more, for a better Terminator.
And I think the next one, they need to go back to John Connor. Forget about this whole Legion thing, because it's fucking stupid. Oh, what a waste of time.
I feel like, you know what, if there is the biggest weakness of the film...
Why would they do that?
I was going to say, if there is one huge weakness of the film, it's nothing you would necessarily see on screen. It's the whole Legion business, and the reason being is that is a hole that either has to be just covered up, or it has to be just... with a big sign saying "look the other way," like there's no way you come back from this stupid Legion plot. You don't make the sequel and repair the dumb fucking Legion plot.
You just make a new one. You go back to John Connor. You do a soft reboot, as they say. That's when Hollywood fucks up. You just slap the soft reboot Band-Aid on it, and it's all better.
Yeah,
and hopefully they'll do something like that, man. Because I want to hear your favorite Terminator films now, standing before, because this is actually going to do it for the episode. This is going to be about it. So
we want to focus on Terminator mostly for the episode. I'm glad that we're going to go into favorite Terminator films, only because I'm going to say I have one last point to make about the style of the Terminator films, and I'm going to make that while also telling you my favorites, and I'll probably promise I won't ramble on too much about it. So the first Terminator movie I've always looked at as number one being very much a slasher. It also has that neo-noir like nighttime feel to the cinematography that's great. That said, the second one is like the great blockbuster ever made, in my opinion, is T2. 3 is one of the flattest, non-works of action possibly ever made. But then you have Terminator Salvation, which in terms of cinematography is has some excellent post-apocalyptic type of shots to it.
Dude, Salvation's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
And McG directed that.
McG, exactly. Yeah, no, McG did. Absolutely.
And he's known for Charlie's Angels.
He has both the Charlie's Angels films. The Babysitter that was on Netflix, I think, came out.
Oh, that's right. He did do that.
Yeah, that's also.
I love that fucking movie.
I do too.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was excellent.
God, anytime we get to watch Bella Thorne get killed, also.
Yeah, Bella
Thorne.
That's another thing. Bella Thorne does it like a modern scream queen.
She'll get her own episode.
She will, absolutely.
Bella Thorne does anything. Stop. Oh, I can't. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But then we.
You heard him say it though, everybody.
I said modern square scream queen. No, but I'll tell you why. It's because it's like for previously mentioned. It's fun to watch her get killed. It's not fun to watch. Mary Winstead get killed, and she's a modern.
But no one wants to see Jamie Lee Curtis get killed.
No, not at all.
Because it's Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's Jamie Lee Curtis. She's a goddess.
And if you're joining, you want to ask any questions about the film, go ahead. All right, we're about to sign off. This is actually going to conclude the episode about Terminator. Dawn of Fate, we just reviewed it, so if you have any questions lingering, please ask us. All right?
Absolutely.
Welcome, everyone.
Anyway, but that basically does it for me. Genesis, I thought, was a kind of a piece of shit. So if I have to say my favorites, it's definitely going to be one.
The whole order. Every film in the franchise, you got to go first, all right, to last.
Okay, I'm going to go 1, 2, and that's controversial a little bit to me.
It is.
Because I really want to switch that up, and I just am going to keep it the way it is.
Okay.
So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then Salvation. So we got 4, and then
yeah, you forget.
The new one, and then I'm gonna have to probably say Genesis and then 3, and that's also another controversial order because I don't know which one I hate more.
Ooh. Okay. So when it comes down to my favorites, Judgment Day is number 1 for sure. Only because the one thing about T2, all right, is does the Terminator age? Yes, he does. The Terminator does age. It's human flesh, and that they do age. So the T-800 does anyway. The Infiltrator model ages. They're supposed to. They're supposed to look human, because if you think about it, they're supposed to wander around that wasteland for a long fucking time in the future when they're built.
Yeah.
So
that's true. Yeah.
They have to just be, they have to look kind of warm.
Of course. Yeah.
So yes, it does age. So yeah, for me, Judgment Day has one of my favorite scenes. 2 points. I mean, 2 points before we sign off at this for T2. The beginning in that film is fucking incredible. The futuristic battle, I love that. But the scene in the hallway, okay, the hallway scene where Arnold has his gun in the flower case, the lever action.
Yes, yeah.
And John Connor's running, and the T-1000 is coming on the other side of the hallway. Mm. At no point up until that point, no one in that film knew that Arnold was good. No audience member knew that Arnold was going to be the good guy.
No, because you still assume, you're watching him programmed the same way.
So when he says "get down" and shoots the fucking T-1000 and then grabs John Connor and gets shot in the back all those times, people were like losing their shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? The Terminator's protecting this
It's
kid?
insane. Yeah, it's an insane twist. Exactly, coming from the first one.
And I just get chills every time I see that. And with the shotgun, too, when the T-1000 gets up and he grabs Arnold's gun, and they had that little moment where he's holding it, and all he gets is that jerk, and he can't get it back, and he kind of realizes, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I kind of got to beat... And then he just grabs him by the collar, shoves him to a wall, back and... That's just my favorite
There's
shit.
a visceral action to
Love
T2,
that.
and that's another thing that I give T2 as this is why I say it might be the greatest blockbuster. It is the blockbuster ever. And the reason is there's a visceral action to that film you do not see in the Marvel movies. You don't even see it in like Christopher Nolan's films, and if you do, I think Christopher Nolan is more indebted in terms of his action scenes to James Cameron, especially to the Terminator franchise, than anyone's ever gonna like come out and say. Do you know what I mean? No one wants to be like Christopher Nolan is really just James Cameron. You know, no one like wants to say that.
James Cameron without the obsession with blue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
His obsession is sleep.
Exactly. Yeah, everything is sleepy.
Everything's sleepy.
Yeah.
He's sleepy Cameron.
It's James Cameron with
his
sleepy.
fucking Syncope is his production company.
Yeah.
That has something to do with sleep.
Yeah.
Inception is all sleep.
Of course, yeah.
Everyone's a fucking sleep in Inception.
That's this whole movie of people fucking sleeping.
Yeah, it's nap time, dude.
Yeah, it's nap time in the movie.
Syncope.
Yeah.
What's James Cameron's production company? Skydance?
Is it Skydance?
Oh, we're gonna have to come back to that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's good.
I'm pretty sure it is Sky. Yeah, check it out. Look it up on your Android.
We'll do that real quick.
We'll figure it out tomorrow. That's an Android joke.
That is not.
In case anyone was not paying attention to that.
That was wonderful.
It was good. It was good. Comedian, guys. Just in case anyone didn't know that. Any comments, questions about the movie before the episode 3 of Fake Blood is over? Please fill them up. Terminator Dawn of Fate. Go for it. Anyway, favorite for me, 2, then 1. All right. Salvation. Oh, bro, you're killing me. You ready? Genesis.
Okay. All right.
3. And then Dawn of Fate is my least favorite one ever.
You want to say it's least? I don't blame you. I certainly can't blame you for that. Why can't I?
But if you guys take, hold on a second, just the other day. Well, that's good. That's not related to what we're talking about, but I mean, hey, we love the comments, so keep them coming.
Absolutely, yeah. Why not?
Okay. Lightstorm. That's with the Archer.
Yes,
I knew. Okay, that's what it was. Lightstorm.
It is.
Which you don't see attached to a lot of films.
No,
he's very
not at
picky.
all.
With
He's
his
very
production.
picky, which is very.
He's like one of the richest men in the industry.
Do you think he'd be like
want to give back a little bit?
Yeah, or somebody, or he would be like DreamWorksing with it, where he'd just be throwing fucking money at people's projects.
Thank you for the likes, guys, and the viewers. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's gonna conclude it actually. So what do we give this film in totality out of 10? We're gonna give it 10.
We're gonna do a 10 out of 10.
We've always done it at Fake Blood. We've always done out of 10.
So we you know what? I'm gonna be a little harsh. I'm gonna say 3.
3. I was actually gonna say 3 also.
Yeah.
It's 3.
It's 3.
I thought the question right now is, how do you feel about the new Terminator? Watch the episode. We're about to sign off.
Yeah.
But
what a good question.
It is not spoiler free. Enjoy it. Enjoy the review. We'll be back next week with Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
And,
which I'm going to tell you right now, I have plenty of nerding out to do. I love The Shining. I love Dr. Sleep.
So tune in next week, please. And if you can't come to the live show, which will be every Friday, we do have this up on YouTube. So go follow Fake Blood Reviews, like and subscribe, please. And the Instagram also, Fake Blood Reviews, and on Spotify you can find us starting tomorrow.
Absolutely, yep.
So thank you very much, guys, for everything. This is Fake Blood. I'm Tyler Kraft.
I'm Corey Curlis.
And we are signing off.
Thank
you so much. Fake Blood, guys.
Thank you.